Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris and this is Restoration Rescue. So last week we came in and we did a lot of odds and ends. We got the whole front end together. Now again, we talked about this last week at the end of the episode. We are going to have to sand back those doors and put a different color of paint. So the other paint did not mix well and came out with a completely different color. So we are going to get to that today. But what we're going to start with today is getting some of the interior and all of the door and the body and the cab ready for the doors. Now we have one door that is complete, pretty much outside, minus that one spot that I got to sand back and repaint and re-clear, which hopefully will be done by the end of today, which will be nice because once that's done, move it in, put it on the truck, we have doors. So we also are in preparation for something else. So this week, next week's video, we'll have a windshield. Now, I am not going to do the windshield myself. We took forever on that rear one, and I should have just paid the $150. So now $250, I get a windshield. I have the windshield. I have everything I need. So we're going to get it installed. So that is coming this week. So we are very excited there. So we have a lot of progress and a lot of things left to do inside and outside of the truck. So we have all the wiring left to do inside the cab. We have the wiring for the rest of the back of the truck. Everything forward is done. Everything forward is done. That is awesome. I am so pumped about that. We have a lot of work though left to do. We have a whole back of the truck to paint. We have one panel that has some paint on it, but that's it. I have these two back panels that are sitting right next to me, which are the side pieces to get painted. Those are next. We need to do that. Once that's done and those are painted, we can make the bed. So once we make the bed, then we need to do the fenders and the tailgate. That'll take a little bit of time getting it into paint and then getting it onto the truck. Not that it'll take long to put it together, but long enough to get it on the truck and through the paint booth. So you have two fenders, the back end, the two side rails to get done. We also have to sand them and make them smooth. So hopefully we can do that while we wait for the truck and everything in the paint booth to dry. So I need to also get more stands because we're running out. I don't have that much stuff. But what we need to do first is we're going to jump over to the cab and we're going to start putting on door seals, which door seals then means we can put on trim plates. We can put on trim plates, then the doors. Then we'll start doing some finishing work. This truck is really coming along. I can't wait to get it all together. So let's go ahead, hop over to that door frame and put on some seals. So real quick on the install of the rubber. Now the rubber is the push-on one. Now I had originally ordered and had the glue-on one, but I really didn't want to glue on. Push-on is going to be so much easier. So what we need to do is start putting it around and getting it just pushed on. So literally it comes in and it just pushes on and it's on. It's not that hard. The hard part is trimming it because every door frame is a little bit different. So I may have some extra and I may have some left over. Now, this is where they two meet and attach. So what we're going to do is we are going to start putting on our seals. And what we do is we start down at the bottom. So let's hop down there. So here we are at the bottom where we're going to start putting on our seal. Nice and easy. Right away, it goes in, which is super simple. So that is easy. And we just push it down, push it on the whole way around. So we're going to go ahead and get that the rest of the way on the entire door frame. Okay, so we have the seals in. They're looking good. I have one of the metal plates on the other side. And we decided to play around with our lights. So as you can see, we have both lights. Now if I turn on my ignition to on, I have a turn signal. Now if I turn it on the other way, I have a turn signal. And again, turn signal. Now, with the lights on, which we were having problems with before, I got brake lights. Now, if I have the brake light on and the turn signal, it works as well. So to the front, look at that. That is something absolutely amazing. And now even off, it does a quick flash, so I might have to play with the flasher, but because they do a little bit of a hyper flash at the beginning on one side. Now the front, it's working amazing as well. I got brake lights and I got turn signals when I have brake lights. So that is a major accomplishment of wiring. So that is really going to help it out when I put it all together. So everything is grounding out. Now what I had to do. So I think I wired wrong. So when I was wiring this up, I think I reversed this right here. So this shows right now as yellow to brown and brown to yellow. And that's because I think I messed up and wired it incorrectly, and I wired it backwards. Could it be American Auto Wire? I really doubt it. Their kit's awesome. So if you are looking for a kit, that's the one. Literally every cable, every wire has been labeled to where it goes. It's pretty easy. You do have to cut it. You do have to mess around with it a little bit. Not a big deal. It's made for some fun. But now we have LED headlights. We have LED tail lights. The only thing we don't have that's LED is the front blinker. Also, by the way, I still like this, man. This is crazy. I can't believe I put a window in. The rubber looks great. That window is not going anywhere. I am so pumped with that. I never thought I would be able to put it in. That's a pain. Now again, paying for the front, because that is not going to be fun. So now what we're going to do is, now that all those seals are in and everything, now we just got to get doors prepped. So once the doors are ready, they'll go on when they're painted correctly and cleared correctly, and we'll have everything up to here almost ready. And again, check out those lights. So again, headlights, taillights, we have everything. Let me cut the power as the battery's dying. But that is an amazing accomplishment. We've come so far in the 3 years. I am very excited to say that we have pretty much everything in the front situated. We have to once everything is there, then we also have to do a radio, which I gotta get a hole covered for the antenna. That's something else, but don't worry about that. We are definitely coming up on the home stretch of the project. We got to re-clear the roof as well, but the truck has come along so much in such a short amount of time very recently. So what we're going to do now is we are going to hop out to the back. We are going to start sanding those doors down, get the get the clear off of it where that paint is, and then go ahead and start mixing again the new paint, get it so it matches this with a little bit of flake, not as much crazy flake as that had, repaint that other panel, and start getting every other panel painted. It'll be really, really, really exciting to get everything painted. Because once that's done, this truck's going back together. And also, we have gotten the paint to paint the rim. Now I have one. I've ordered the other three. They're on national back order from the company, Will Vintiques. So I don't know when I'm getting them. One website said, July 15th. That's 2 months away. So, oh well. I should have a lot of stuff pretty much done and then change out wheels and tires. Now, I'm still looking at wheels in general. I was looking at the Diamondbacks. Those look pretty cool, but we are going to do a white wall look. And then we just have stuff that we just got to throw on this truck, man. This project is crazy, and it's crazy where it is come up. So we have a lot of fun left on this channel. We have a lot of stuff left to do. We have a whole nother truck we got to do. But like I said, we are going to hop outside, and we're going to start getting prepped for that paint. All right, so here we are with a rim. So everything in the back is painted now. We have the doors, they are drying. Now that paint takes about 24 hours to dry before we can do any clear coat. So that is getting ready. So we need to start finding other things to do. And one of the other things we need to do is get the rims ready. So this is the rim that we're going with. Now I know you guys, if you've watched every video, know this rim already. You've seen it in the background, and you have also seen it in a previous video when we mocked it up. And this is probably about 2.5 years ago that we did the mock-up. So what we need to do is get it into color. We are not going to keep this lame gray primer color. We are going to go with a high gloss black. So that is going to go well with the color scheme of chrome that we are going to have on our rims. Now we're not chroming out the whole truck. Don't worry about that. We're gonna have a little bit of chrome, a little bit of color, just a little bit of a mix. So this is going to get scuffed up now, and we are gonna get it painted. Now I did buy a bunch of rattle cans for this, which I'm okay with. I'm not a big deal, just because it's the rims. So let's go ahead and get these things cleaned up, sanded, and get them prepped and ready for their first coat of black. So the rim is painted, as you can see. Now only on the outside. We're gonna get the whole thing painted and the whole thing into clear coat, and we're gonna order a tire. So I'm gonna order one tire and get it where it's on the truck and looks good. I really hope that I can get all 4 tires and rims here and painted and everything for C10 Nationals. Now, that's a little bit of a stretch. It's looking like the rims might not get here until the end of July. So now that doesn't seem like a lot, but we still only have a couple months after that. We do still have a lot of days left of working until C10 Nationals, and I'm really excited of where we're at. So, like I said, everything except for the heater core box is done from the firewall forward. Now we do have some parts and everything still coming for the wipers. They didn't show up. I think FedEx lost my package, but FedEx is FedEx, and they have no clue, of course. So now, once that's done, we'll have everything to the dash done. The dash is almost set. We need to get a radio, we need to get an antenna, and that's it for there, and finish up some odds and ends on wiring. That's not a big deal. Then everything from there back, once that door is put together, will be done to right here. Everything will be done to here, which this is the easy part, the back end. Because the back end is just the bed, some wiring, and hooking everything up. And then we have rims and tires. So our checklist is definitely getting smaller. So let's hop back down and look at our checklist from when we had 307 days left till C10 Nationals. So as you can see, here is our list from all the way 307 days to C10 Nationals. So this is last year, I think. Math ain't a strong point, but I'm pretty sure last year because 365 days to October. Yeah, I think it's last year. So we have to paint and clear. Yeah, we're still working on that. Paint the rest of the truck. We're still working on that. We have doors. We have the bed. That's about it. So we're getting there. We're close. Gas tank setup. That thing works. It's done. Wired. and it runs off the gas tank. So that's done. So we crossed that out. Fixed the steps. We welded that up. Now they're in paint and clear. So that's checked off the list. E-brake, we still need to do that. We need to find my e-brake somewhere in the garage, like the handle, get that, coated, painted, done. Dash is done. So the dash is installed. We never disinstalled it, but the dash is together. We have the gauge cluster that's in. Everything on this side is done. We have some wiring left to do. I got to figure out the wiring or the lights for the glove box, but that's about it. That's done. Rims and tires. We just painted one rim. We're waiting on the other 3 to get here, and we have to order tires. Again, we're looking at those white walls. So we need to find or get them. They're about $320 a pop from the one company, or about $400 from Coker. So we just got to make a decision. Now, windows. On Tuesday, we're getting a windshield put in, so we're one window less. Then we have the door windows. So we have 3 windows pretty much done, and that's it. And then electrical. We still have a few things that we have to wire up. We just wrap it up too and get everything squared away. But other than that, we're pretty close. We have a heater box so we can have heat in the winter, but we're not going to do AC. I'm not dropping $2,500 for AC when this truck's not going to drive all that many miles. Like, it's going to be a kind of a weekender, roll around town, nothing major kind of truck. So we have the bedwood to clear or color coat and then clear. Still working on what we want to do with that. The wood looks amazing as it is, so I may leave it like that. A little bit of stain, maybe not, I don't know. Then we got to put it together. So we have a lot less days than 307, but we have less and less things to do before then. But instead of sitting here chatting, why don't we get to work? So let's hop back outside and start clearing those doors. So the doors and all the steps are covered in clear. waiting for those things to dry. I have to put the driver's door together. Then once that's done, they're ready to go on the truck. So next week, they're probably going to go onto the truck, and this whole thing is going to look really good. Now, I have to go and try and find an antenna so that I can at least make everything to the dash done. So once the windshield's done, then we have the visors that I have to do, and I have to finish doing the dash. Now, radio, stuff like that, that needs to get done. We need to do the heater core. That's fine. We'll get that done. And we have the rest of the interior to just play around with, make sure everything is good. It is looking really, really nice in there. I did have some overspray of some green and some clear and some white, or the tan. So I do have to clean the seats up. Not a big deal. Comes off with a little bit of cleaner. Then we have the bed to do. So we are definitely making a lot of progress in those days, even though they're running lower. So is the list. So we have most of the wiring done. Thank you to my friend Bill, who helped us figure out the taillights issue and swapping them around. I definitely didn't think of that. Didn't think that would be what the whole cause was, that I don't know how to wire. It might be American Auto Wire, but I doubt it. It's probably me. So that's correct. Now everything is looking good back there. As you saw, the truck runs and drives. It runs really nicely. I did notice that my alignment is way off in the front, but that's something we can worry about when we move on. The plan for that is we would get it to an alignment rack. We would drive it over there or trailer it there and get the alignment done. Now, the alignment on this truck is for shims on the top, and it's like this. I don't really have that much of like pulling the bottoms in unless I pull the top in, which I have to loosen up the frame or the suspension to do. It's kind of a pain, but we will get it there and make it right. So we have shims for it. We just got to get the shims in to bow out the wheels. This side is a little worse than this side, but that's not a big deal. That'll be towards the end of the project when we start driving it more. I do think my battery has finally died, so that's not great, but that's okay. We can get another battery, not that big a deal. Again, we are moving towards the finish line. We are going to be ready, I believe, by C10 Nationals, have this truck at least running and driving down the road. There might be minor projects left on it by that time. We have a lot of painting left to do, a lot of things that I want to paint. The whole bed still needs to be done. I need to flip those couple panels that are already out there and get them in paint. Then we would do clear. After clear, they flip them over, clear the other side, so on and so forth. And we have about 5 panels in here that I know for sure that need to get painted, primed and cleared. So the next couple weeks is going to be painting, so bear with us. And then it's going to start putting it together. We also have the bed that we need to put together. So we have a lot of work to do, but that is going to be a wrap for this week's video. We'll see you guys next Saturday. We'll continue working on the C10. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you like the videos, and make sure to drop a comment and let us know how we're doing. But we'll see you guys next Saturday when we continue working on the truck.